Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Ramadan series. Today we will be talking about the Fardh Salah. Let's dive in. Like I said in my first video, Salah can be divided into the Fardh Salah and the Nawafil. The Fardh Salah simply is an Arabic term which means compulsory. So the Fardh Salah compulsory prayers are the prayers Muslims all over the world pray 5 times a day. They are the Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha. And we pray them throughout the day from morning to evening. For this video, we will be talking about the different Fardh Salahs we have, the times we pray them, and then how we pray those Salah. And then we will go on and talk about things that invalidate one Salah. So the first prayer of the day is called the Fajr prayer. So the Fajr prayer is usually done before the sun rises in the morning. It is usually 2 rakat of Salah, 2 units of prayer, of you standing and going down and coming up and going down. You do 2 of that. So the next prayer is when the sun is standing over your head, like in the afternoon time. It's called the Dhuhr prayer. Now the Dhuhr prayer is made up of 4 units of Salah, which is 4 rakat. You pray it like in batches of 2. So you pray the first 2. You do tashahhud. Tashahhud is the thing we say or the thing we do after we pray 2 and we sit down and we point our hand out like this. Some people point it out like this, some people on their knees like this when we sit down after the first 2, and then we pray the second 2. And then we have the Asr. Asr is done usually between afternoon and before, like some hours before the sun sets. So Asr is also 4 units of Salah. Also done in batches of 2. Now all the Salahs are done in batches of 2. So if we have 4 prayers, we do it in batches of 2. If we have 2 prayers, it's just 2. And if we have 3 prayers, it's just 2 and then 1, which leads me to the next Salah of the day. The next Salah of the day is called Maghrib. So that's when we pray it usually when the sun sets. So we pray it when the sun totally sets before the night enters. So that's when we pray the Maghrib Salah. The Maghrib Salah is just 3 units of prayer, 3 rakat. And then we pray the first 2 because every prayer is done in batches of 2. So we pray the first 2 and then we pray the 1 separate. Not separately, but like alone as a batch. And so the last prayer of the day is called the Isha prayer. So the Isha prayer is done when the night it has come upon us. That's when we pray Isha. And it's also 4 units of rakat, which is done in all batches of 2. Now, let's talk about things that invalidates your Salah. So the most important thing that I feel like invalidates your Salah is, first of all, missing your ablution. So if you do not have ablution, your prayer is invalid. And what are the things that invalidate your ablution? And one thing that invalidates your ablution is if you use the bathroom, your ablution is invalid. When you pass gas, your ablution is invalid. When you have a deep sleep, your ablution is also invalid. And then when you are aroused, your ablution is also invalid. When your ablution is invalid, it means your prayer is also invalid. And so you have to take ablution again so that the next prayer you do would be valid. Another thing that invalidates your Salah is missing Fatiha or not reading Fatiha correctly. And so that would mean rushing your prayer. So when you rush your prayer, sometimes you can miss some ayahs, some words, you can have the wrong pronunciation, and so that also invalidates your Salah. Another thing that invalidates your Salah is rushing when you're praying. Like, you are supposed to focus on prayer. Like, you're supposed to focus and pray at a pace, at a certain pace, not to rush. That invalidates your Salah, because once you start rushing and you start losing focus, you're thinking about other things, it's like you're just doing lip service. And when you're doing lip service, like you're not paying attention. So you don't necessarily hear, you're not hearing what you're saying. You're just saying things. You know you're saying things, but you're not paying attention to what you're hearing. To what you're saying. So it could mean that you're saying something totally wrong. You're reading the wrong thing. But once you are paying lip service, you will feel like I'm reading, but you could be reading the wrong thing. That's why it's very important for you to focus when you're praying and pray at a certain pace. And then the last thing that invalidates your salah that I'll talk about is talking whilst praying. Talking whilst praying. Like, I've attended some mosques and the salah is going on and I hear somebody saying, left, left, or stop it, stop it. My sister, my brother is like, why are we talking whilst we're praying? So talking in salah, like fidgeting and moving, also invalidates your salah. What also invalidates your salah is not turning to the Qibla. So we have a certain location or a certain direction we turn to when we are praying. So if you turn to another direction, your salah is invalid. And so we should also always make sure you turn to the Qibla, where the Qibla turn. There are so many apps these days that can help you. Maybe you go to somewhere and you don't know where to turn to. There's Quran Majid. I use Quran Majid all the time to show me the Qibla, or like to point me to the direction to where the Qibla is. So wherever you are on the in the world, your direction to the Qibla might be different. Even if in the same house, like the direction to the Qibla in this room might be different from the direction in the Qibla to the other room. And so it's very important for us to navigate the specific direction of the Qibla and face towards that when performing Salah. I think these are some of the things I want to talk about Salah. Let me know if you have any specific questions on Salah and we can talk about them in the comment section, or we can do a separate video answering some questions you might have about Salah. Thank you so much for watching up to this end, and I hope this video helped you in a way or two. And yeah, see you in my next video where we will be talking about what you do when you miss certain steps in Salah. I'm very excited about that topic we're going to talk about. Thank you so much for watching again, and see you in my next video. Assalamu Alaikum.